Hey everyone, welcome back to Care Fiction. I'm your host Subhankar. The Night House is a 2021 horror movie directed by David Bruckner and starring Rebecca Hall and even Johnny Kite. It's a good horror movie with some unpredictable twists, and I would suggest that you give it a watch. But today we are going to talk about an intriguing artifact that is used in the movie, the Louvre Doll. This object has a significant part in the movie. For those who haven't watched the movie yet, here is a little spoiler. This doll is used to trick an entity known only as Nothing in the movie. I won't spoil who the trickster is, but its purpose is to cast a binding spell so that the entity binds itself to someone. But where does this creepy doll come from? And does it exist in the real world? Well folks, it exists. So let's creep into the creepiness. The Louvre doll and the voodoo doll are used interchangeably to refer to one another. But there is a slight difference. Well, it's a form of a voodoo doll, but its intent is not always to inflict harm, but rather a desire in the form of a love charm or spell. To make things a little clearer, let's head to the ancient Mediterranean during antiquity. That is the period between the 8th century BC and 6th century AD. During this time, the Greek and the Roman civilizations concatenated, and together they had a vast influence on various regions of the world. Archaeologists and historians have found that the practice of magic was widespread in the ancient Mediterranean. There is enough archaeological evidence to suggest the existence of spell books and ancient magic literature in Greece, Rome, Egypt, and the Middle East. Among the various types of spells, there were love spells, and the most popular among them were erotic spells and charms. Now, erotic spells involved making clay-based dolls, which represented the object of desire, usually a woman. This kind of magic is called sympathetic magic, which is based on imitation. Like the figurine imitates or represents the intended target. It has been found that in the Greco-Roman world, such magic or figurines are often accompanied by a curse tablet, also known as katadesmos in Greek. These are tiny sheets of lead with text scrawled on them. The text or the spell would appeal to the gods, spirits, etc. to perform an action on a person or object to compel the subject of the curse. The text would dictate what words to recite to activate the spell and where to place the doll. One of those dolls is the well-preserved and most notorious doll known as the Louvre doll found in Egypt. This clay figurine depicts a woman with 13 bronze needles pierced all over the body. It was discovered within a terracotta vase alongside a lead curse tablet engraved with a binding spell. It is actually a love spell in which the target is a woman named Ptolemies, and the one who made the spell is Serapamon. Well, it tells a twisted form of love, twisted because the language does not feel romantic at all, but rather harsh and brutal. This is the translated text, and you can see how odious the language is. Now I know you must be wondering why it is called a Louvre doll, because it is on the exhibit in the Louvre Museum in Paris. The movie version is a tad different, mostly intended to trick the entity and bind it to someone. It also signifies the desire to take control of someone. Now that is all I can say without spoiling. So that was briefly about the Louvre doll. Do let me know if you know more about these kind of dolls. Thank you for watching and see you soon.